in the world when it comes to self-development, has a podcast. If you haven't listened to it, you have to listen to it. It is fire every single time it comes out. Best-selling book, Maxed Out. One of the best you'll ever read. If you haven't read it, go read it. What I love about Ed, last thing, about a month ago, he sent out his personal cell phone number to all of his Instagram subscribers, gets 10,000 texts a day, and responds to thousands of them. Why? Because he cares about taking care of people and taking over the world. Give a huge round of applause for Ed Mylett.
Let's bring him on the right way. Let's bring him on the right way. Let's bring him on the right way. I guess even back then you could call me CEO. Thank you. Am I live? I'm on. Max out. I want to see you. I'm going to stand where I can see you for a minute. I'm going to fall off the stage. Great to be with all of you. Get your picture and let's roll. We're going to write some stuff down right now. You ready? So, hey, first off, the thing I want to tell you, by the way, that if you can get involved with Sam on any level, do it. He's one of the best people I've ever worked with in this space. I've got to know him very well over the last 6 months. He's a real deal, a real businessman, and an honest man as well. So if there's a chance to work closer with him, I advise you to take advantage of it. Good? Yes? All right, is that a yes? All right, cool. I want to talk about you, though. We got 1 hour. We're going to max out this hour. I want this hour to change your life. I want you to never forget it because I want to help you. The reason I want to help you is I am you. I started out in door-to-door sales by mistake, but I did, and it changed my life. I admire what you're doing. I want you to understand that. I know what you're doing. I did it for years. You can track back a $500 million net worth for me now to knocking on doors when I was a 21-year-old kid. So those of you guys in this room with a dream to do something great with your life, and you're kind of average and ordinary, maybe you're not the smartest dude in the world or the biggest dude in the world, but you want to do something great with your life, maybe I can be an example of that. Because I know what it's like not to feel great about what you're doing, to doubt whether you're doing this. And I just got to tell you something. I'm an example this stuff pays off. Okay? So I'm going to take you through some of those keys that I went through. Actually, I started knocking doors kind of by mistake. I got recruited into the financial services business. There's a bunch of these old, stale financial dudes in there, and they kept telling me, hey, our average market, we want married people who own a home, who have kids. Middle America for our products, right? And I kept thinking, how come you don't just go where they live? Like, if they have a house and we know the neighborhoods they live in, why don't we just go see these people? Why are we going through calls and all this roundabout easier stuff? Why don't we just knock on their door and say something? Can you guys teach me what to sell? Well, they thought that idea was hilarious, right? Who actually go knock on a door? I'm like, well, I would. I just wanted to win. How many of you relate to that? You just want to win. I don't care what the hell it took. If it was legal, ethical, and moral, I wanted to win. And so to dick around with me, like, so what's the script? Give me the script. This dude's name was Frank. I won't say his last name because they're all out of business now. But I remember Frank and them laughing. He's like, oh, because we were in the life insurance business. He goes, best thing to say, reverse psychology. Just when you knock on the door, when they open the door, go, you don't want to buy any life insurance, do you? I was stupid enough to think that was the real script. They were dicking around with me at the time. So I went out on that Saturday and knocked on about 200 doors, and everybody that opened the door, this dumbass little kid, me, I'd go, hi, I'm Ed Mylett. You don't want to buy any life insurance, do you? And the vast majority would go, no, bam, and shut the door in my face. But one of them, that day, one of them said, matter of fact, I do. We just had some guy here that was trying to rip us off. We are trying to buy some life insurance, but I'm trying to find somebody ethical who can do it. I said, I'm your guy. I literally walked in their house and sold them the insurance that day. But we were in the recruiting business, so a lot of the people that said no to me, I'd say, why? And they go, I ain't making enough money to buy any life insurance. I'd say, I'm glad you said that. Are you looking for an opportunity to make secondary income? 27 of them said yes. That Tuesday night at our recruiting meeting, I had 27 freaking guests there to hear about getting recruited because I knocked on 200 doors that day. There were only 30 people at the whole meeting. I had 27 of them. And my career started to transform because I was willing to do the things other people weren't willing to do. The other thing I figured out is I was in the math business. Most of you ain't figured this out yet. That's why you're not making what you can make. At the end of the day, you got to get in a bigger hurry. You got to see more people. You got to run larger numbers. If you're going to get to the top of your field and recruit more people, sell more people, you got to see more people. The flat matter is this is a competitive sport you're in. It may not feel like a sport, it's a sport. And for those of you that do more reps, win. More contacts, win. See more people, win. Y'all with me on that? Say yes. Yes. Yeah. See, you probably thought I was going to give you some like fluffy, I don't know nothing about selling speech. You got to run larger numbers, man. Hey, sister, you aren't running big enough numbers. You want to get to the big time? You want to get to the top of what you're doing? You got to run more numbers, see more people, recruit more people, and sell more people. Okay, that's the bottom line. You don't start to see more people, I'm going to smoke you. If I knock 200 a day and you knock 50, if I see 500 and you see 5, I don't care how good you think your script is, how great you are, how persuasive you are. You take a dude like me, I will smoke you. And by the way, I'm getting better and better and better at my craft. The larger numbers I run, the more I get more proficient at my message, the more I learn to close better. You with me on that? All right, so let's get to some keys and then I'll show you some stuff. Oh, you know what, before I do that, I need to convince you. Some of you, Sam said, hey, not everybody there knows you. That's totally cool. This is a new market for me. All the stuff I sell is free. So I got nothing here today to sell you. If you don't follow me on Instagram, it's @Mylett, D-M-Y-L-E-T-T. My content is pretty damn good. I give it every single day for free. My YouTube's free. My podcast's free. All my stuff's free. I got one program and it's invitation only and I'm not even going to talk about it today. Okay, so my stuff's free. I'm just here to help you. I spent the first 45 years of my life being blessed by great mentors, great guidance, great information. I decided I'm going to spend the last 45 years of my life, the second 45, helping other people build their dream. How many of you have a big dream you want to make come true in your life? Something special you want to do? Okay, me too, and I got bigger ones. Let me tell you what everybody's dream is. Put it in your note. I don't care if you sell pest control, security, solar, insurance. I don't care what it is. Guess what they want? You ready? And guess what you want? You want to be happier. You got to link everything to people's happiness. You think that's ridiculous. So I'm going to kill some termites. They're going to be happier. Yep. They think if you did pest control, at the end of the day, the greatest influencers get that people want to be happier. All of you want to be happier. You think if I become a millionaire, I'll be happier. If I get that baller jet, I'll be happier. If I'm making 100 grand, I'll be happier. If I lose 30 pounds, I'll be happier. If I protect my family with security, my family will be happier. People want to be happier. You think, well, maybe that applies to other businesses, but not mine. Really? You already aren't coachable. Listen to someone who's built some of the largest sales organizations. I built sales organizations, medical, financial. I built them in the retail space. I understand building teams. I understand persuasion. Everything is linked to people's happiness. You know why NBA players are playing basketball? They think if they make more money, take care of the mama, win some NBA championships, everybody will be happier. Every human does something to be happier. There's this dude who sold more hamburgers than anybody in the world. What's his name? Anybody know? Ray Kroc. He's also, his organization, most people don't know this, is the largest holder of acreage real estate on earth. He owns the most real estate in the world selling hamburgers. Guess what? He didn't sell hamburgers because his hamburgers suck. You know what he sold? Happiness. Happiness. He got creative. What does a hamburger have to do with being happy? Absolutely nothing, except he created an environment where people wanted more hamburgers. People want to get recruited into teams to be happier. They think it's making money, but that's the symptom. The disease is they want to be happier. If you keep selling money all the time to people, just money, you're not going to have a very good team. But if you sell happiness, recognition, travel, success, income, all those things, that's what people want. What people want in every area of life is to be happier. You know what Ray Kroc's mascot is for hamburgers? A clown. A clown. Do you know what his #1 selling meal is called? A what? Happy Meal. Turns out I'm right, huh? Turns out I'm right. This dummy knows a little bit about selling, a little bit about influence. All these dudes you see in here that are hardcore with their hats on, these stud dudes in here, they want to be happier. You know what I know? When I was 21 years old and I started in this business, I wanted to be happier. You know what I want right now? I want to be happier. You know what I want in 20 years? To be happier. You know what I want for my family? Them to be happier. And I will buy products and join organizations that make me think I can be. Everyone with me on that? I think like 20% of you are. Let me prove it to you. Let me just go back a little bit. People ask me, what word would you use to describe yourself as a young man, like at 21 when you started? I would say dipshit would be a good word for me. How many of you got a little dipshit in you? Okay, all the people with their hands aren't the dipshits. People who didn't raise their hands, they're the dipshits. Okay? Okay? I got a whole bunch of dipshit in me to this day. I don't want to lose that dipshit. That dipshit knocked on doors and said, you don't want to buy any life insurance, do you? That dipshit flew in here in a $40 million jet today. Right? That I own cash. That I own cash. All the houses you see on Instagram, cash. All the cars you see, cash. Cash, cash, cash. I ain't living on debt. But let me show you how I got started. I thought when I started in sales, after a while, I've been doing it for about a year and a half, I built a pretty good team. I said, you know what, I need to start looking a little bit more successful. I need to buy a Mercedes. Remember, dipshit. But I couldn't afford a real Mercedes, so I opened up the Penny Saver, and I saw this ad where they said, kit car Mercedes down in Laguna Niguel. What's a kit car? Well, I later found out a kit car is like a Chrysler LeBaron that has welded a Mercedes body on it. So someone bought up a junker Chrysler LeBaron, stripped it, and welded a Mercedes-Benz body on it. The ideal fake it till you make it car. Well, I drove down to Laguna Niguel. This one was only $2,000. The new Benz then was like 60 grand. I'm like, how's this one $2,000? Well, I got down there, true story. Let me show you. We can put it up on the screen. Is it on the screen somewhere? This is the ad right here. Chrysler LeBaron fiberglass full body kit. There's the ad for it. So I drive down to Laguna Niguel and make this lady, God bless her, I don't know who she was to this day. I think there's probably a little methamphetamine involved in her life. And she had a kit car which was already a joke, except hers was a triple joke. This kit car was a Chrysler LeBaron with a Mercedes-Benz body Velcroed to the car. This is a Velcroed together Mercedes look-alike. 2 feet longer than a real Mercedes. The inside was a Chrysler LeBaron and the heater blew on 100% of the time whether you wanted it to or not. This dipshit right here building his sales team, recruiting people, dropped that $2,000 on his car. And she warned me, she said, make sure when you get to stoplights that you slow down real quick because this thing's Velcro together. Things will fly off the car. I want you to picture me at 21, at 22, and 23. More than 500 times the scenario I'm going to describe to you right now has happened to this man in his life that flew in on the $40 million jet. You ready? I pulled up to a stoplight a little bit too quick. Stop. The front left headlight would fly out into the intersection. I would then get out of my car and my cheap ass stop traffic at intersections, pick up my light that flew off my car, stop the traffic, walk back, and Velcro back on my own car my light. Can you imagine what the people in these intersections were thinking? I didn't give a crap. If I shut the door too fast, it would fall off. I had to lie to my team because I wanted to think I was a baller. There was no such thing as a hybrid back in those days, but I made it up. So I went back to my guys, about 40 of them there. I said, hey guys, about that time, Chrysler and Mercedes had actually merged in real life, thank God. And I got back and said, hey guys, you guys hear about this new hybrid between Chrysler and Mercedes, right? And the guys were like, yeah, I heard about it. I got the first one. So when you get in this car, the inside's gonna look like a Chrysler, but don't be fooled, it's a real Mercedes.